Hi, it's me, Jeff. It's been a little while since I've had a video out. Been very busy with my personal life. But I'm back now. It is the 5th of July, 2019, and I'm heading up north to do some camping and trout fishing. As is often the case, I have Neil with me here. Say hi, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Such a dad. Dad jokes. Anyways, we're heading up to the Manistee River here in northern Michigan to do some camping and some trout fishing. And hopefully we get into some good fishing, some good weather. I think it's supposed to rain. It poured just a little bit ago on the drive. But didn't dampen our spirits, and I don't think anything will. So we're going to keep driving here for a little while, make our way to our campsite, and we'll pick up back there. Alright, so we've arrived at our destination. It is a campground we have stayed at many times. It's a nice kind of rustic state forest campground. Matter of fact, very first video I ever posted on my YouTube channel, winter camping and trout fishing, was taken here. It was taken across the river at the other sites, but it is so different looking right now. You know, Neil and I have been here a bunch in the wintertime camping, and of the 30 some sites there are, we have never seen another camper here ever. And we pulled up in here today, and the other side's almost completely full with like 28-30 sites, something like that. And there were a couple, but they were kind of garbage sites. They were in between, like people partying, and I'm not into that at all. Not for camping, at least. So we came over to this other side, and we're staying now in a site that we have stayed at multiple times here. It's right on the edge of the campground, bordering right these big old tall pine trees and big private land area over there. On my Instagram feed, I have a lot of photos of this campsite here, and it looks so different without a foot or 2 feet of snow on it. But even over here, this last campsite's the only one that's free. The other 6 are campers, and over here, and it's just, I feel silly being a little blown away, but I'm a little blown away. I just didn't expect it. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell service. I might have enough to be able to send out a text to my wife, but that's about it. We're kind of out here on the river, and yeah, it's interesting. So I guess it's just not what I expected, but I'm gonna go ahead and get on out and kind of explore the area and see what we can't see. So well, yeah, it's funny, it just looks different without a bunch of snow on it. This is the site we usually stay at. And alright, maybe you can see it, but right there is where I always set up our tent. My old 4-person tent. There's a lot of stuff on the ground, no wonder I'm always uncomfortable over here. And here's a fire pit, our table, and right here's that state forest campground border. You can see the sign over there saying that's a bunch of private land over here. But this is a spectacular sight to see in the middle of winter when it's snowing and just white everywhere. And again, in the wintertime, there's nobody here. I guess I'm just gonna kind of hang out, get unpacked, see what I can do. Figure out. I think I might set my tent back over here again. We'll find out here in a minute. Alright, got the tent all set up. Let's go check this bad boy out. This is an REI Quarter Dome 3. I just bought it about a week ago or so, and came in the mail at my house. And I set it up once in the yard, but just to play with it, but this is the first time I'll actually be camping with it. So here you go. Here's the basic setup of it all. It's got a nice side vestibule. It's got these nice closing vents, which I really like. Considering how hot and steamy it is, I'm sure those will remain open for the duration of our trip. Over to the other side is another nice vestibule. And these things are big, man. These things are killer. Got plenty of room over here. Be able to set your stuff. If I can fold the fold over. Plenty of room to set your stuff over here. Let's get inside and check it on out. This is all usually a little bit easier without a GoPro in my hand. So, alright, I'm not going to crawl in too much. But, here you go, basic setup. Nice, easy, no frills, no fancy nothing, just a nice lightweight tent. One of the things that I do like is, first of all, these, kind of set this down here. Alright, so there's these kind of folds here, these flaps here, you can put all sorts of stuff in. Over here, got the same thing. Perfect for a phone, a flashlight, your keys, whatever you don't want. And then also got on the sides here in each corner little gear slot. So one here, there's one there, and then these two over here on the edge. I've been wanting this tent for a few years, and it's an expensive tent. It's a good tent. It's a nice ultralight backpacking tent. It's a 3-person. I think the minimum weight was like 4 pounds 1 ounce, something like that. So it's a nice lightweight tent. It's not a very big bag. Doesn't take up a ton of space in my backpack. But nice and comfortable. It's a 3-person tent, which means, to me, it means 2 people. If you've ever slept in a backpacking tent, it is like a 3-person. It is 3 people, like this, and that is all the room you have. And I'm not sleeping like that. I'll carry the extra weight. I do not care. I'm not doing that. But that's a great tent. It's I think I'm gonna really like it. So tonight will be my first night sleeping in it. So we'll see how I like it. But so far so good. It was an easy breezy setup. And I promise I'll never say easy breezy ever again. But it was an easy setup, and everything came together really quick. Simple. It's the pole, though it looks a bit complicated, it's color coordinated. So are the attachments on either half of the tent. So, like over here, blue pole, and there's a blue ring attachment there, which I have not been in. But so that's right there. Same thing over here. These are all color coordinated. Same thing over here. So it was there's instructions in the bag, but other than to look at something about the stakes quick, I never had to reference it. I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to figure out. So all signs point to it's a cool tent so far. We'll see how it does tonight. I think it's supposed to rain on and off throughout the evening, so make sure it's waterproof first and foremost, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So go ahead and get out of here now. It's hot, and you can probably tell I'm kind of sweaty right now from doing that. It's been funky weather today. It'll be raining, and the next minute it'll be nice and sunny out, and pour for 2 minutes, and then be nice and sunny out. So yeah, there's the tent. Cool tent, like it. So far, highly recommend it. See how it does tonight. Well, we sat around a little longer than we thought we were going to. It's about 7:30, 7:45 right now. Just enjoying, relaxing, and plus it was still pretty warm, and it's kind of starting to cool down a little bit, and feeling a lot better. And then I got into these waders and I'm warm again. There's nothing from me though compared to Neil. Neil's in rubber waders right now.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna be real warm, aren't you, buddy? It's all right. Make the best of it. We're gonna get out there into that nice cold river water and hopefully catch some fish here. So now we're out here fishing on the Manistee River right now, and it is going hilariously, at least on my end. I keep casting and getting about a perfect cast, or getting my fly right where I need it, and then it just spaghetti's right up on the end of it. I gotta pull it back in, check it all, and untangle it, make sure it's good, and cast it back out there. I already lost my fly once, retrieved it, so my tippet's getting just a little bit smaller and smaller. Neil's out there trying it right now, and you know, I mean, we're both just we're newer certainly to fly fishing. I haven't done it here in about 5 years. Did a trip out west to Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, up in the Beartooth Mountains of Montana, and we did a lot of fly fishing up there, and got you know, more of the feel for it on that trip. But I really literally haven't touched the rod since then to fish. So here we're out here doing it now, and it's you know, we'll get there. But in the meantime, we're getting away from the camp. You know, yeah, everybody's got music playing now, and it's starting to be a good time. And it's a nice time for us to kind of break away for a little bit before we go back and cook up some food, maybe drink some beers, you know, just kind of hang out and have a good time. But yeah, I'm just gonna stay out here and fish for a while longer and see if we can't catch anything, or if nothing else, get better at casting. So yeah, let me flip the view. So, show you what I'm working with over here. So, it's kind of casting I've been doing, and it's okay. It's kind of getting it where I need it to be, but not as much as I'd like. But I can't expect to just come out here and be a pro. Gotta put in my due diligence, put in my time. In the meantime, I'm slapping the water and see, now that seems like an okay land. And we're getting hungry. We haven't eaten since lunch on the drive up today. Got some steaks. Figure we'll cook those up with some onion, asparagus, and drink some beer, have some cookies. Have a good time around the campfire. Sounds like a wonderful plan. So I'm just going to continue to, there we go, the sun's finally down a little more. Just going to continue to make our way back down and yeah, settle on in for the night and just chill out and enjoy. On the bright side, my waders have a hole in them, so right in the the crotchular region. Some sort of hole or tear right there, and water. It's a little chilly, I'll say that. It's making its way down to my feet, and I kind of thought there was, actually. I knew a little bit better, so I'm just wearing my underwear underneath this and my shirt. So at least I'm not getting my pants wet or my shorts wet or socks, things like that. So I guess that's a plus. But ooh, a lot of roots and things on the bed of the river, making it easy to trip. So, but even who cares? It's just wonderful being out. It's beautiful weather. Just great evening. A lot better than just sitting around my house by myself watching TV, which I would be doing because my wife's at work right now. So I'll take it anyway, any day. Making some steaks right now. Neil's seasoning them up using what's it, Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's, yep.
Buc-ee's seasoning. I think it's a chain down in like Carolinas. South Carolina. And from what I know, it's a good place. I mean, Neil here and another guy, Sebastian, that we work with, they went down there a bunch for work at our company. And I was on a service trip recently in Alabama. That's another video on my YouTube page. Recently down in Alabama on a service trip, and I met up with a guy down there who was from Simpsonville, South Carolina, and which is where these guys have gone a bunch. And I kind of mentioned it in passing. We were talking about barbecue, and this guy swore up and down about that being the best barbecue ever and the best barbecue seasoning ever. So whenever we go camping, Neil's got that seasoning, and boy, it holds up to scrutiny. That stuff is really good. That stuff is fantastic. It makes a great steak. So let's kind of check these bad boys out.
It goes good on everything.
Oh yeah, we put them on eggs in the morning, and broccoli. You name it.
Put it on asparagus here in a little bit.
I'll put it on cereal. It's so damn good. And fun fact, we, in a lot of ways, this was, we knew we wanted to do this, but it was kind of a last minute thing in so many ways. We didn't pack. Yesterday was the 4th of July. I was spending the whole day with my wife and family and friends, and then we got home and we watched about 3 episodes of the new Stranger Things season. And so I didn't get to bed till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Woke up in the morning, got ready, and just kind of last minute grabbed everything. So I forgot a lot of stuff. One thing I forgot was butter. So in order to kind of get some grease going in the pan, we cooked up a couple pieces of bacon first so that we could have some actual grease in there and give it a little sizzle when we cook. I know it's not the healthiest thing ever, and I don't do it a lot, but anything is good in bacon grease. I would eat a crayon that is fried in bacon grease. It is so good. So getting dinner going. It's nice and dark now. I think it's probably around 10 o'clock or 9:30 at least.
10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock? Okay, so it's 10 o'clock, and we're going to cook up these big fat ribeyes and fry up some asparagus and onions, and we're going to have a good old feast out in the woods. Planned out this trip. We're just now cooking the vegetables, but, well, we started the onions while the steaks were going, so now that the steaks just got done, this is going now. This should be done here in just a few minutes. This, especially asparagus, it goes so fast. Looking good, Neil. I'm going to finish cooking all this stuff up, grab another beer, eat it with dinner, or drink it with dinner, and I'll probably just chill out by the campfire afterwards. It's about 12:30, 12:45, something like that in the morning. Been hanging out around the campfire, chilling and just enjoying everything. But I'm getting tired. It's it always amazes me, and how fast I'll go from wide awake to just ready to go to bed. And it's about 10 minutes ago, just ready to go to bed. So I got everything all cleaned up on my half, and in my ritual, get ready for bed. And now I'm laying in my tent, getting on my sleeping bag and enjoying my first night in my new tent. Neil's still up and hanging out around the fire. And knowing him, he'll probably be up for a little while yet. Hanging out, just enjoying it, the solitude, the quiet. It's died down for the most part around the campground. There's still, you can hear some noise on the so this campground is two halves. There's about 25 sites on the other side of the river, or 24, and then there's 7 over here. We are tucked into the far end, campsite number 7 of the 7 site half, and it's all about died down around here. And over on the other side you can still hear music and people hanging out, and I couldn't be happier that we're on this side. I like a good party, and I like a good camping party, but I'm just, ready for bed, and I'm happy it's quiet over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to bed, kind of get situated in my new tent, and I will see you in the morning. So, good night. It's about 7 a.m. Tent was nice and comfortable. However, as I get older, sleeping on the ground is not. It's fine. Just toss and turn a lot. My back is sore. Back is tight. But other than that, comfortable tent. Great tent. I really like it. I'm gonna get up now and maybe make some coffee. And I don't hear anybody up yet. I know Neil's still sleeping. Just get up and enjoy a nice quiet morning. Maybe go down by the river and just kind of hang out for a little bit. It's never as comfortable as a bed. Hanging around campfire ring right now. Neil's awake, but he's still kind of just hanging out in his hammock. And want a little bit of coffee, so I got some instant coffee packets, and just gonna boil up some water quick. I know I mentioned I got this trip to Utah coming up, so one of the things I wanted to do here on this camping trip was kind of play with some of my gear that I haven't played with in a while. So I have my little camp stove, my little backpacking stove, my little titanium pot. And it's cool because the whole thing folds up and fits in, so everything you see right here folds up and fits into the pot. And then it goes in this case here. And it's a great little setup I've had for years. I've had this pot here for a few years. And it seems to be pretty good. Of course, it's titanium, so it's ultralight. And down here I have this little camp stove. It's a Primus Techno Trail. And I've had this stove for, what am I, 34? I've had that stove for like almost 15 years now. And it's awesome. It's been with me all over the country, in the back country. And it's bad, man. They have lighter ones, newer ones, better ones, but this thing's a classic in my eyes, and it just works great. So I really like having it, but just kind of pulling out some of my backpacking gear I haven't used in a little while, and because I'm going to take this with me, so I just got to kind of play with it and see how it is. Make sure I don't need to get a new one, because for a while the fins were all bent up and they weren't really holding the pot well. But I spent a few months ago, one night sitting around the house and really took some time with some tools and kind of straightened everything up, and everything seems good. So Yeah, just gonna hang out here and boil some water and see how it goes. Oh wow, it's already boiling. That's fast. That was like 3.5 minutes. That's pretty good. It's like 10 in the morning right now. We laid out to go fishing, but yeah, whatever. So we're gonna make our food quick and then get on out there and do some trout fishing. So Neil's cooking the bacon right now, and it looks spectacular. And yeah, we're gonna make our eggs quick, eat, and get on out there because we're burning daylight right now, and it's time to get out there. So we're gonna go ahead and eat, and by the next time you see us, we'll be ready to get out to the river. Well, we're at where we're going to start fishing. We parked over by the bridge downstream, and I packed my waders in my backpack and my wading boots in my backpack, and hiked up the road a ways. And we're at the area where we're gonna go drop in the water, right over there. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my waders on, get all ready to rock, string out my fly rod, and head on out into the river and start hopefully catching some fish. If nothing else, at least start being in the water, because it is already hot and humid, and it's only going to get worse. So excited to get into the water. The only catch is my nylon waders have a hole in them, as you remember from earlier. So I have a neoprene pair of waders which don't have a hole in them, but they are neoprene, and it is July, so that's going to be fun. That's why I threw them in my backpack and hiked down. So fortunately I gotta throw those things on, and they are gonna be hot, but it is what it is. I would rather have them on than not fish, and I don't really feel like getting too wet, so I don't want to just hop in with my wading boots and my shorts. All right, finally ready to get in. Well, stuff always happens when you're not recording. I just had something, not too big, but something jump up at my dry fly. I was trying to fish this little riffle right here. Here we go. It's actually the first trout I have ever caught on a fly in Michigan. Not bad, little brown. Not too big, probably, I don't know, 8 inches, 9 inches maybe. Little guy. Cool. That makes me very happy. I'm gonna let him go. Oh, that was great. That was a fun fight. That was a lot of fun on a fly rod. That's really, I really wanted to kind of straighten the camera so you don't see me on an angle. The last couple of years I've been talking about fly fishing hard, and by the time it comes to do it, I never do it. And because I always get overwhelmed. Oh, I can cast, but I don't know what type of fly to use. I don't know how to match the hatch. I don't know any of that. Turns out there's this thing called the internet, and there's like tons of stuff about it. So I spent a lot of time reading this year what type of fly fishing is going on. Ooh, Neil's got something right now. Looks like it's something decent too. Here, let's go over to him. Nice. Very nice. Ooh, it looks like a decent size. What is it, brown? Oh, that's a nice brown, Neil.
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's bring him over, see how big he is. Very nice. Dang. About 12 inches.
12 inches.
But we're 12 on the dot right at the end of the tail.
Yeah.
He's a chunky 12. Very nice.
Brown, isn't it?
Very nice. Yeah, that's a brown.
Gotta let him go.
Yeah, he's way too small for here. Size limit for browns in this part of the river is 18 inches. Very nice fish, Neil. Very nice, very pretty fish. All right, back to fishing. I had a few groups of kayakers and tubers go by. In between groups, about a minute or so, I ended up catching a small little brown about 6-7 inches out of there. So they don't seem too distracted by these people being here. Of course, the big ones are smarter. The big ones know better. But I don't care. I don't expect to catch anything big. So again, this is my first time out fly fishing in years. I'm really, in a lot of ways, I'm learning it for the first time, but in a lot of ways, I'm just relearning it. I don't expect to catch anything too big. I would love to, but I'm not getting my hopes up on catching a 25-inch brown today. But make no mistake, God, I would love it. Alright, I'm coming up to the bridge right now, which means just about done fishing. See another hole or two I'm going to try to see if I can't pull something out of. It's a nice corner up here, outside bank of the river right here, and I'm going to see if I can't land a nice little fly in there. I finally lost a fly, so I had to swap over to another one, a small little guy. My arm's getting tired. I'm getting worn out. It makes sense, but my arm's tired, man. It's been a minute since I've done this. So my form's getting kind of sloppy right now. But let me see if I can't pull something out of that little hole right there. Well, I'm caught. That might be the end of that fly. Let's see how deep it gets. Oh yeah, it gets deep fast. Holy shit. Pardon my language. It started to get really deep really quick, and I thought it was going to fall forward. I'm going to see what I can do, but I'm probably going to lose this fly too. No big deal. These are just flies. I got a fly tying kit at home. I'm going to start tying up a bunch more. And I'm tired. Let me see if I can't get this guy. Yeah, I lost it. I thought I would, but I was hopeful. It's alright. I'm done anyways. My arm's beat. I'm tired. My arm's wore out. It's about 2:45 right now. Neil got back a few minutes ago. Got all stripped down, changed up, everything packed away. We're ready to head out. Really want to thank you all for watching. If you stuck it through to the end, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I really like doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. Yeah, I really thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully see you next time.